We were almost inseparable.
Barbara Woodard was Faye Grinstead's very best friend, and she was forced to watch her best friend go through the worst experience of her life, the disappearance of her daughter Tara.
Watching her suffer like she suffered and imagining all the horrible things that could have happened to Tara. Her life was just a total hell during that time.
A hell that kept Faye trapped inside of her home.
And she would not leave her house, at least it might have been the first few months, because she was afraid Tara would call her. And she knew that if Tara was being held or whatever, and she could get away, that Faye would be the one that she would call. And she would not leave her house for anything during that time.
But together, along with Faye's oldest daughter Anita, they coped by talking.
She would talk to me a lot, mainly about where could Tara be, what had happened to her, who would have done something like this.
And watching home videos like this one.
And we watched one, I remember, of Tara and some guy at the school performing in the gym not too long before that happened, and listening to Tara sing. They were both singing or something, and she was so good. But Faye would just sit there and go over all that and just back over it.
Until a short time later, when Faye's health declined.
And she had been in remission for 11 years from cancer. And after all this happened, I think it was about 6 months after this that her cancer came back.
This time, Faye succumbed to the disease, and with that, Barbara lost her best friend.
And it developed into a real special friendship.
Without ever knowing what happened to Tara until her own death.
But I feel like today, at least she knows what happened to Tara. And I think it just seems like from this senseless tragedy, 2 deaths resulted out of it. So.
Now, more than 11 years later, Barbara's family finds comfort in their own memories of the two, especially Tara's special bond with Barbara's son, Tracy, born with Down syndrome.
Tara would lead him around, like I said, those pictures of the Easter egg basket. She would help him find the Easter egg. She would show him where to look or whatever. So.
And they're comforted by their belief that Faye and Tara are now back together.
Tracy keeps one of them in his room. And that's the one that he brings out every Friday and says, Faye and Tara's in heaven.